Just days after posing with the victims of the devastating hurricane that many areas of America are still digging themselves out from under the damage of, Donald Trump is back with the people that he actually and always cares about helping: big oil executives. He went to a luncheon in Midland in the heart of the oil-rich Permian Basin, and he had a reception in Houston, according to media reports based on people familiar with the events. One of the hosts for Wednesday's planned reception in Houston is Jeff Hildebrand, the billionaire CEO of Hillcorp Energy Co., a major Trump backer. So, you go to the area where a storm hit and you say, hey, we're gonna bring you like supplies, and wait until you find out the truth behind that claim. It is ridiculous. And then you go to the people you actually care about and you have a fancy dinner with the people who help produce the climate change that makes the hurricanes as devastating as they are. And here's a comment about that from the founder and director of Fossil Free Media. Jamie Henn says, hosting a fundraiser with big oil CEOs while we're still counting the bodies from Hurricane Helene is like hosting a fundraiser with the NRA in the midst of a school shooting. And Donald Trump obviously would never do that. He would never have a meeting with the NRA in the midst of a school shooting. He would only do it in the immediate aftermath of a school shooting, as he did when he went and spoke with the NRA just days after the Uvalde shooting. That's a thing that actually happened, so it's a fair comparison. Anyway, up until just last Thursday, he was still telling people not to worry about climate change. He said that nuclear warming rather than global heating was the warming that you've got to be very careful with. And he talks about the Democrats' Green New Scam. And he says that Democrats are going to take down all the buildings in Manhattan and rebuild them without windows. And they're going to, and this is literally a thing the former president of the United States said, they are going to get rid of all the bathrooms and replace them with bathrooms where the toilets don't have any water. Like, climate change is not a joke, okay? It's not a joke for a deranged geezer to like talk about at fundraisers, for right wingers to laugh about. Like, people are actually being hurt. Dozens and dozens and dozens of people died from this hurricane, and the hurricanes are getting more frequent and worse as a result of climate change. And he tells all of these people, no, don't worry about it, it's fine. And then he goes and does fundraisers with oil executives, the people who are profiting off of the misery of the people he just pretended to care about. It's terrible. Adrienne, what do you think?
I think that this is so aligned for Trump. He spent years saying that there is no climate change. And then now he still seems to be oscillating between, oh, there's climate change, but oh, it's an absolute joke. But the thing is that you cannot ignore the hurricanes. You can't ignore the rise in heat. And you can't ignore how it is impacting us in terms of whether it's workplaces, buildings, what we can build. But you can guarantee that Donald Trump, regardless of which position he takes, he will take whichever one serves him in the moment and leave us all high and dry, which we are very dry, especially with this heat right now in California.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. Bear in mind, everyone, that this is not like the first turn towards the oil executives that he's taken. In April, he met up with a whole bunch of oil executives, and he told them, "You give me $1 billion, and I will lower regulation on you. I'll pay you back." It's the most obvious and also titanic in scale quid pro quo that we've ever seen. It's soliciting a bribe. That's all it is. You give me an insane amount of money, enough to run almost an entire presidential campaign on, and then screw MAGA people. I don't need their money. That's nothing. That's small change. I want your big oil bucks, and I will then pay you back. That's the people that he actually wants to deliver for, and I wish MAGA would understand that. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.